Ladies and mostly gentlemen, today we're going to talk about Uldir again. More specifically, we're going to be checking out the plate armor that drops from the first raid of the new expansion, Battle for Azeroth. So the last set we checked out was the male set, and judging by the comments, most of you guys aren't happy with the direction they're taking with the new raid gear setup. If you didn't know, the TLDR is basically they're no longer having 12 class sets in each raid, instead they're going with a 4 set per raid setup with sets for each armor type. The feedback on the male gear was basically you guys thought it looked like quest or dungeon gear, and you weren't happy about it. I did state my thoughts in that video, and if you haven't seen it, there is an icon at the top right of your screen right now, so you can check that video out. So since that video, Blizzard have added 2 more sets to the game files, being the plate and cloth sets. Much like the male sets, these sets come in 3 normal colours and a mythic variant, and I just know there's going to be some mixed thoughts on this armour, and I can't wait to see what you guys think. So let's start off by checking out the normal versions of this set. Okay, so let's talk about this. It comes in 3 colours, these are red, purple and blue. Well, that's what they're known in the game files. I guess they're named after the colour of the cool looking glowing eyes. So the races I just showed off are the best case scenarios for this set. As you can see, the helm of this set features a human looking mask, obviously resembling the Titans or something. I don't know, ask Pyromancer or Nobble, because that's beyond me. So there are a few races in WoW that have humanoid faces, similar to this, such as Night Elves and humans for example. But when you put this helm on something like a Worgen, well, it turns out something completely different. To put it bluntly, it looks like shit. Unfortunately, the face mask section of this helm doesn't work well with unusual races such as Worgen, Trolls and Tauren, which quite frankly just sucks, because no doubt a Tauren warrior or paladin is a popular choice among the player base. So as for the rest of the set, it does feature some 3D assets on this normal version, namely on the legs and gloves, which does make it stand out from regular questing or dungeon sets. The shoulders are nothing spectacular, and we've already mentioned the helm. One addition that I've personally never seen on any gear sets is the addition of this metal collar. This does actually look great, and without it, the set does look kinda bland. Overall, it's certainly not the worst set, but I'm not overly happy with this qualifying as a normal or possible heroic set. It just doesn't turn heads like some of the sets of the past. Okay, so let's move on and check out the mythic variant of this gear set. So this is the Mythic set. So much like the normal set, the Helm does have a similar outcome on less humanoid races, but with the addition of this top part of the helm, it doesn't look as bad, sort of resembling like an old Roman helmet, and kind of vaguely similar to a tier 2 warrior helm, but that's really pushing it. I just don't think this Mythic helm is breathtaking at all on these races, but on some races it doesn't look too bad. It depends what you mix it with, I guess. The shoulders have progressed and now have this spinning vortex on top of them, which is pretty cool, and it does actually resemble some parts of the raid that it comes from. The chest, legs, belt, cloak and boots have all been reused, and that's a lot of items to be reused, but they are now in this golden colour to make them shade of gold as the mail armour, which you'd think they'll try and keep uniform in that regard. The gloves now have bigger 3D additions, but it's not massively different from the previous, and they've once again used the metal collar and it still looks really awesome. Overall, the Mythic set is a nice set, but I wouldn't say it looks mythic in any regard, as the Mythic set from Legion are always super extreme versions of the base set, but I guess they could be looking at toning back the gear in this expansion. It's really hard to say. That's pretty much all I've got for the new Uldir plate armor set. I think as a set for paladins it could look great, and for warriors it's still passable, but for Death Knights it really doesn't fit the class fantasy at all. I think for Death Knights overall in this expansion it's not looking good gear wise, as their only other choice for PvE is the plate Warfront set, and that doesn't fit the bill at all. So let me know down below what your thoughts are on this set and whether you'll use it or just transmog it. I'd love to know what you guys think. So before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons and YouTube sponsors. You guys are awesome. If you'd like to support the channel in that way, links are down below. So leave a like on this video if you'd like to, guys, and subscribe if you haven't. I also have a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members. Link is down below. And with that, I'll see you next time.